Hey, hi, hello, welcome back. I am Haley and this is the We Are Currently Reading BookTube channel. I put a poll on Instagram earlier and everyone was in agreement. So today my plan is to talk about my top 10 2024 most anticipated reads. I think I'm gonna go in order from 10th most excited to my number 1 most excited. And this is purely based on vibes. At number 10 is the one, the only, Crescent City 3, House of Flame and Shadow. Why is this number 10, you might ask? Well, because even though I'm highly anticipating it and I loved Crescent City, I have feelings about the ending of book 2, which I won't get into here. I have mixed feelings. I read theories that make me more excited and theories that make me less excited. So we'll see how it goes. As much as that's highly anticipated, I haven't even finished reading Fourth Wing to then start reading Iron Flame. I haven't read another one of my most anticipated reads of last year. So the likelihood of me rereading all of ACOTAR, rereading all of Crescent City, and reading Crescent City 3 on time, like on release day or that week, is slim to none. So even though I'm very excited about it, and I will I will absolutely be buying the book on release day and the audiobook on release day, the likelihood that I'll actually read it anytime near release day is slim. So that's why it's at number 10. Moving on to number 9, Nobody's Darling by Sarah Blue. This is at number 9 only because technically it's already out. It was a January release. It's a motorcycle club romance Omegaverse. So what's not to love? Sarah Blue does unhinged really well. Morally gray, kind of disturbing, with funny, witty banter, very hot spice scenes, while also emotionally tormenting you. I was fortunate to be one of the ARC readers, and it does all of the above and then some. It might be my favorite book that she's ever written, and that is saying something because I stan this woman. Nobody's Darling. Nobody's Darling was one of my most anticipated reads of the year. So are all her other books, but this one especially because Omegaverse plus Motorcycle Club is always chef's kiss. Always chef's kiss. It always hits right. Who doesn't love a large, aggressive, violent alpha male who is only soft for his omega? Who doesn't love it? Name a better trope. I'll wait. Touch her and die. All of the above in that good soup. Good soup, if you will. Moving on to number 8. This is a bit of a cheat because technically there are 2 books that I'm going to include here, but they're both by the same author. Both books are by Charlie N. Holmberg, which, if you know me at all, I stan this woman. I think that she can do no wrong. She writes the most whimsical, adorable, yet like soul-crushing and like heart-wrenching romantasy. Any subgenre, they're all fantastic. They're all 5 stars. That being said, the first part of this is Boy of Chaotic Making, which is the 3rd book in the Wimbrel House series. It is so good. It's a historical fantasy romance. There's like a magical house, and the magic system is so incredibly unique. It's not quite elemental, it's not quite any other system that I've ever encountered, but it is just so good. I've already read the other 2 books and I loved them. Book 2 was better than book 1, which is honestly shocking because book 1 was fantastic. So I have high hopes for book 3, and I think this is going to be a 5-book series if I'm not mistaken. The other part of this is her first sci-fi romance, which will be called Still the Sun. I am so excited for this. I'm not usually a sci-fi anything, unless it's Ice Planet Barbarians. Oh my gosh. I'm not usually a sci-fi anything, but if Charlie writes it, I will read it. If she writes it, I will read it, and I'm going to love it. I already know. This woman can do no wrong. She is one of my favorite authors of all times. These are the 2 books that I know of that are coming out this year. So one's coming out in February, The Boy of Chaotic Making, and the other's coming out in September. I am booked for the year. Thank you. That is all. Just kidding. Book 7 is also a book that technically has come out already, but it is called So Let Them Burn, and it's by Kamilah Cole. I don't know that much about it. I don't know if it's YA or if it's adult or new adult, but I know there's dragons, which is always a win. Not just dragons, it's dragon writing. It's fantasy, and it's I must decide whether to save my sister or save my homeland. And I don't know about you, but I have sisters. So anytime there's a sister trope, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. It's probably going to make me cry because anything about sisters always makes me cry somehow. I don't I don't know. That's just me. But I'm very excited for this book. Book number 6 of my most anticipated reads of the year is also kind of a two-parter cheating because, again, it's an author I love and she has 2 books coming out this year. So how am I to pick? How am I to pick just one? They're both highly anticipated. Both of these books are by Danielle L. Jensen. She's the author of The Bridge Kingdom, which, funny enough, one of the books is the 5th book in the series, which I don't think has a title yet. It's that new of an announcement. It doesn't have a title yet, but it's book 5, and I believe it's going to be a new couple because every 2 books is like a little mini duology of like different couples in the universe. So I think book 4 wrapped up this other little story, and moving on will be the next couple, and I'm very excited. Also, in case you didn't know, this doesn't mean it's coming out in print this year. It's coming to Audible. I found this out last year, which I thought was very interesting, but Danielle has like a deal with Audible where all of her books, at least for the Bridge Kingdom series, come out as Audible exclusives first. So they come with your membership for Audible. This is not sponsored by Audible by any means, also, by the way. Just fun facts I happen to know about her publishing, and I don't even know how I know this. But for the first 6 months, her Bridge Kingdom books are exclusively on Audible, so you can listen to them, and then after 6 months, they come out in print. I'm very excited about that because I love the Bridge Kingdom. I've heard some discourse online about like whether or not it's a good story. I personally love it. I loved that it gave me hella anxiety because it had me on the edge of my seat. I wanted to know what happened. Book 1 in the Bridge Kingdom series just ripped my heart out. Heart pounding. Could not fathom where the story was gonna go. Book 2 made it all better. Book 2 is even better than book 1 in the best kind of way. And then we move on to book 3, which is so good. Just so good. Ugh. Just read them. Just read them or listen to them on Audible because they're incredible. Anyway, the other part of this, the other book by Danielle that I'm excited to read is A Fate Inked in Blood. This is a Norse mythology series. It's the first book in the series, and I love Norse mythology. What? I love Norse mythology. My goodness, can I speak? So I actually have an arc of this and I'm excited to read it. I haven't though because it doesn't come out till next month. It comes out in February. I'm also really excited because I'm hoping to meet Danielle at Emerald City Comic Con this year. That would be just so amazing, wouldn't it, Ronald? Book 5 on my most anticipated reads of the year is A Tempest of Tea. I forgot about this book. I forgot that this book was coming out until Allie Hazelwood talked about it at her book event. She came to Seattle, signed some books, and she was talking about the books that she's recently read that she liked, and she read an arc of it and she said it was incredible, and it pinged something in my brain that I'd heard of this book, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to add it to my TBR. I just recently pre-ordered it. When I tell you I am so excited for this, I'm so excited for it. It's about like an orphan girl. There's a heist with vampires. I've heard that it's good for fans of the Six of Crows duology, which I can't speak of because I've never read the Six of Crows duology. I don't want to talk about it. I know. I need to. Also, the pre-order incentive is going to be an art print, and I really hope that the one with the cat is what wins because the cat is adorable. I think it's based on her cat, and the cat's name is Opal. It's so cute. If you haven't seen this, go check it out. Book number 4 on my list is Valley by Stacey McEwen. This is the 3rd and final installment in the Galatian trilogy. Valley is book 3 in the Galatian trilogy. And if you know me at all, I adored Ledge. Ledge was a book that I heard about on TikTok back in, I think it was 2021. Stacey was online promoting her self-published book, talking about how, you know, there's a woman who's a badass female main character who lives on a ledge and like has to survive, and then there's like a winged male and she gets taken by these creatures, and there's a whole thing. And I was like, sign me up, sis. How do I get an arc? I found her, DM'd her, and was like, hi, I'm interested in an arc. And she said, alrighty, here you go. And so I read the indie arc and I devoured it, loved it, posted a review of it, and then she got picked up by a publisher, which I'm so happy. And then it took an entire year after that for the book to come out. And did I bother the publisher for the arc of it? Yes, I sure did. And because of that, I am now on their list of emails for her series. And so every time her book comes out, I'm on the list to do cover reveals, ARC, reads and reviews, promo. I'm so happy. This is your sign to shoot your shot. If you are afraid to do it, just email them. Send them a message. Ask to be on the team. It's worth it. I'm so excited for this book. I can't talk about it at all without giving spoilers for the other book. Just read it. Just read it if you love romantasy. Read it if you love badass female main characters who are stubborn as heck and have very strong survival skills. It'll change your life. I'm just saying. Book 3 on my list is The Honey Witch by Sydney Shields. I am so excited for this book. I'm not usually someone who does like whimsical, cozy fantasy. However, this book somehow caught on my radar. I'm not exactly sure how. It might have also been through TikTok or Instagram. Would you read a book that whatever? And I said, heck yes, bestie, I would read that. I've just been waiting. I've been waiting, chomping at the bit for this. It's a cozy fantasy, like it's like historical romance. And my understanding is the female main character is cursed and either can't fall in love or is cursed to never fall in love or something along those lines. But she ends up falling for a tattoo artist. It's sapphic. There's a female tattoo artist and I just like, my brain just wants to explode with how much I can't wait to read this book. The Honey Witch comes out in May. Sydney is also a gem of a human. So kind. Moving on. Book number 2 in my most anticipated reads for the year is another cheat. It's another twofer, but to be fair, it's 2 books in the same series. It's book 2 and 3 in the trilogy. My second most anticipated reads include A Promise of Peridot and A Reign of Rose, both by Kate Golden. These are the following books in the Sacred Stones trilogy. The first book is A Dawn of Onyx. I loved that book. It was such a fast-paced romantasy. She is taken captive, ends up working in the castle. There's some secret identities. There's lots of secret identities that keep getting further explained. There's a scene where they get stuck in a wine cellar and it's just, my brain wants to explode. And if you read the bonus content, it's his POV for the wine cellar. I can't. It's so good. It's so good. I'm in love. I'm in love, actually. I feel like it would be wrong if I just included one or the other. And to top it off, the number one most anticipated read for my 2024 list is Broken by Daylight by Elizabeth Helen. Everyone acts surprised because Bonded by Thorns and Woven by Gold and Forged by Malice were all some of my top favorite books of 2023. It should surprise nobody that book 4 is my top most anticipated read of this year. I don't know when it's going to be released. They haven't announced that yet. I think it also depends because they also went trad published, like partially trad published in the UK. So I think it was originally going to come out in May, but it might be September now. I'm not sure, but I'm so excited. Elizabeth and Helen just can do no wrong. Who doesn't love a Why Choose Beauty and the Beast retelling where each book we get another fated mate? Name a better idea. You can't. I can't. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's chef's kiss. It's a 6-star read. It's beyond a 5-star read. Those are my top 10 plus most anticipated reads of 2024. I hope some of these are on your list as well. If so, let me know. If there are any books I forgot or any books I should check out, please let me know as well. Leave me a comment and let me know if there's anything about these other books or these series that are being completed this year that you want me to talk about. If you want me to talk about A Dawn of Onyx, I can totally do that. If you want to talk about the Wimbrel House series, I can do that. A full video on the Beast of the Briar series, I can do that as well. Just let me know. I want to help you. I want to help you find your most anticipated reads of the year, your next favorite book. That way we can all be reading it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Do all the fun YouTube things, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. You are just very needy. Hello, pretty girl. Hello. You're interrupting. Can I start without you, please? Is that possible? Why, it's your birthday, baby girl. How are you gonna make me pet you and then bite me? Hi, gorgeous.